Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, back on good old Satisfactory. Um, Along with our modded playthrough here. And if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section of the video down there. Along with the mod authors for those mods and a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager should you wish to download and install mods for yourself. Yes. Um, So we're back up here and whatnot from last time. If you may remember last time, we had gotten this bridge. Kind of put it's not really a bridge, but it's a bridge. It's kind of a bridge. It's a main highway bridge. This is going to be one of our main routes, probably in and out of the city and whatnot. So that's why I've kind of the scale is kind of big for it, but I believe it's necessary. Um, And I did finally decide that yes, we probably are going to be going with a Golden Gate bridge style over this kind of valley down here. Um, I don't know why I've decided to focus on um, doing design instead of just getting the train there. Again, I really don't know. It's just I just figured that it was a good idea. So and figured it could be a little bit separated from the norm. But yes, we will be going for a Golden Gate style bridge. If you've never seen the Golden Gate Bridge, I don't live anywhere near there either, so I've never actually seen it in person. But there's plenty of images on the internet that you can look up and find out what it looks like. But that's what we're going to be doing today. So basically, it's just a two-pillar design on either side of the road with a suspension in the center. It's not a very long bridge, so I don't think we're not gonna need a whole lot. Probably maybe maybe two pillars down in the valley here, and then one set of pillars either side. So shouldn't be too much. And no, I'm not a bridge designer. I just talk like I know what a bridge is. I don't know. No, I don't even talk like that. I don't really care. Oh yeah, if you're new here, you're probably wondering why I'm not getting attacked. One of the new features on Satisfactory Update 7, oops, is we'll go into the settings here. I believe it's under gameplay. Is it under gameplay? No, it's not under gameplay. It's under advanced game settings. Yes, creatures. Hostility retaliates. So basically, it tells you down at the bottom here. Default creatures will attack players on sight. Passive creatures will not attack players or retaliate when attacked by players. Retaliate is creatures will only attack when attacked by us. So the creature's still hostile, but only if we attack them. So that's why I'm not being attacked right off the bat. I think that's a good notion to have. Like maybe the aliens understand finally that if we attack them, they'll defend themselves, but they won't straight up attack us because we will murder them. So maybe nature has learned. But yeah, so. But yeah, that's the style bridge. I know it's off center, but there's nothing really I can do about that because of the toxic smoke, the toxic area right on top of that rock there. There isn't really a whole lot I can do on getting this bridge more center. Otherwise, I probably would have been right next to that rock if I could. That'd be the best place to put it, but unfortunately, this is what we're working with, so this is what we're going to go with. So the first thing I am going to do is we're going to get up here with a ladder. We're not going to do too much design work on this bridge, but I do want to get the overall general idea of how it's going to look and stuff like that. I think that would be the best way. We also got our train here, our 10-car train, which is going to be recovering oil for us. We might even have two of them at some point, but yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some foundation work here. I'm crouched for some reason? Okay. We're going to see how long this is between the 2 points. This ain't going to be the final point of where the bridge starts. Actually, we might use the smoke as a way to define this, where the start of the bridge will be. Can I get fogged out here? Yes, I can. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick this all up. So move it one over, and that should be the point at which... maybe right there. This tape's a little bit loud. Let's go ahead and turn it down ever so slightly. It's not loud for you guys, probably, but it's a little bit loud for me. Okay, we're not getting smoked out here. This is good. I need to surround this area, I think. So then I know how close I can get to it. Probably gonna be getting gassed out here. You might be too high to get gassed out here. Oh, that's actually where we stopped. Yeah. Okay. If I just walk along here, I won't be gassed out. Oh, I will be gassed out. Okay. We'll move it one back then. Unfortunately, it seems to be intermittent. You don't want to mess with that. We'll go one over. Okay. And 1 meter, just to level it out. Okay, now we know where the safe point is. Because it's going to be part of the grid, I think. This area will be part of the grid, so we'll have a sidewalk and all that. Something like that. I don't know if I can get any closer. This. Yeah, I think I can get closer with this. Right here. I won't be smoked out. Oh, I'll be smoked out here. Like if I fall off, I'll be smoked. I put a ladder up this way as well in case we fall off again. I would put a ladder on that other side, but I'd, be taking damage the entire way up. And it's like, yeah, we don't need that. We don't exactly need or want that. So. Yeah, I think I've come to... I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. So I kind of want to cover that up as well. So if I do like... hold on. We actually need foundations. We need to put a foundation right here so then we have the same level. And we do upside down. Okay, that's already in use. Upside down 2 meter. Yep, that'll work. I don't know, sometimes we can get... I don't know. It's been a pain in the butt. It's not letting me have this, unfortunately. We're not gonna get gassed out here. Hopefully we won't get gassed out. We might get gassed out here. Fortunately. Yeah, I think the visual effects don't have anything to do with that. I think it's a radius. It's a radius type thing. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to do... I'm going to put this here probably. Or should we do like this? I think we should probably do like that. And that'll be the sidewalk. I guess the only issue I see with this is getting it to lock in. What I might have to do is I might have to use I'll have to use a micromanager, I think. Control left click. And then we need to spin it. So that's the control plus this way. I think that's 45, is it? Okay, and then we use the alt keys. I wish it was the arrow keys. The arrow keys would work much better. To be honest. It's right there. And the I key. I key. Move it over. I think that's it right there. Oh, nope, not quite. Oh, I don't think you can. I think that'll work though. And then control right click. Grab another 1 meter here and here. I suspect that this is not going to cover it. Yeah, I didn't think so. We're gonna have to overlap. Okay. Oops. Right there. And move this in. Right there, I think. Is it overlapped like that? It is, okay. And control right click. Don't you guys just love mods? That you're able to do this kind of stuff. Love micromanager. This just makes my day. Micromanager. It just makes my day, man. Let's see if we can get some. Yeah. Just like that, some sideways bit. And that kind of corners out that area right there. It seems to work pretty nicely. I still don't know how I'm going to keep the traffic from getting on here. Because we can't do concrete, because that's going to cause a lot of Z fighting and stuff, so. This outside one we might be able to use this type of stuff. There's a lot of overlapping, unfortunately. Now this would not be so bad if it wasn't overlapping this much. I mean, it makes a cool wall. I do not like the overlap though. I am not a fan of that, to be honest. I don't know. There's not much I can really do about it, though. I mean, I could sit here for an hour and use Micromanager to try and smooth it out. Or I can just leave it like this. That's also an option. Now, unfortunately, to get a wall around this way is going to be pretty much next to impossible. The only thing I can think of is maybe using Micromanager to 45 it. Maybe a bit like that. Say, let's turn it a little bit more. Yeah, probably there, maybe. And move that in. Is that gonna work? That might work. Move it over to the left just a hair. Oh, I've somehow unclicked it. Oops. Sorry, between the different types of keys. It's brilliant to use this type of key setup, but it also can cause some kind of confusion there. It's okay. Okay, so that was not going to work. But let's see how close we were. We can 45 this one, or whatnot. So we're going to use control keys to basically turn it, and then switch over to alt. Use the same keys to bring it over. Just like that. And then I guess control keys again. So I guess a bit like that. It's quite a sharp angle. I don't know if that might be a 45. Not quite sure. It's hard to tell. What would be awesome is if you could, like, from whenever you're rotating something, it would actually show up as a part of the UI that would pop up to show you what the degrees you've moved it, or the amount of movements you've moved, maybe. Just something. So that's straight then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm actually going to delete this one. We're going to left click that one. We're going to rotate it back to straight. So then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that wasn't quite right, but we'll put it in place. That's it, like that. It does have a little bit of a lip past. Might be a bit too far to the left, so we'll do that. That will do, because it was set up for, yeah, just like that. Okay, and then control right click. And we're going to grab another wall. Now this one, we're going to control it, get a little bit of a spin like that, and then move it inwards. Back one. Yeah, that'll work. Then control right click that. Okay. That makes me a little more happy. just to keep the traffic kind of separated. Unfortunately, we won't be able to have any kind of lines or anything because we can't. Um, it's not like we can put a design down and then control where the design is or anything like that. What would be awesome is if there was a free paint tool where you could basically draw with your mouse. Like I could hold out a special tool, I could left click, and then just hold that left click and then just drag the line. And then as soon as I let go, that would be a paint, basically. So basically just paint. That would be a really cool paint. If there is a paint tool out there, let me know. If there's a free paint tool that I can use. But I doubt there is. I don't know how you would make something like that work. And again, I'm not tech savvy enough um, to know how to make mods. I've always wanted to learn, and I have made some mods, but with the help of other programs, basically. Um, the mods I make are clothing mods for Sims 4. That's the only mods I've ever made, and they're not even public. They're private. Uh, and the reason they're private is because I don't have an account or anything. I don't make professional ones. I just take Sims 4 Studio and I redo. I don't know why I'm putting a wall here, to be honest. I'm not quite sure. But I just take Sims 4 Studio and I just I go in there and I do like recolors. And I might even, if I don't like the way something looks, I might take it into Blender and move some vertices around or do some vertice manipulation. I forget what the tool's called. There's like a brush tool that you can use. It's a sculpting tool. That's what it is. Yeah, it's a sculpting brush tool that you can manipulate the vertices and stuff like that. I don't like the way something particularly looks. Or the one thing I hate is when you got two of the exact same clothing, like top and bottom, right? Like a shirt and a pair of pants or something. Or maybe you're into like the athletic stuff, and you have like like an athletic skin tight shirt or whatever, and an athletic skin tight pants, and you put them, like they're supposed to because they come in a set, and then you put them on your sim, and then they're two different colors, and you can't ever get the same color, or some bull crap like that, because they just want to completely and utterly annoy the crap out of OCD people with that type of stuff. So it's just like, okay, fine. And then I just go in there with Sims 4 Studio and I just completely recolor. Sometimes I'll even redo. I use the GIMP image manipulation program, GIMP 2.0, because it's completely free. And I'll go in there and I'll completely redo something, or hell, I'll even make my own as well. I've made a few of my own clothing. I'm not into doing Blender when I make my own stuff, though. I'll just take, like, if I want to make a shirt with a particular design or something on it, I'll just take that design. I don't know why I'm just running along there. But I'll take a shirt and then I'll recolor it and I'll put a design on it or whatever, to make a shirt. And what I typically do is I'll do like, I usually like to do sets like a shirt and a pair of jeans or whatever. I like them to be, if I want them to be colored the same or similarly, or, as a set, or if I want to do something with a costume or whatever, do that kind of stuff too. And Sims 4 Studio makes that happen, so pretty damn easily. All you gotta do is you just have to have an image manipulation program in order to change stuff. I'll even just recolors and you can use that. Pretty damn nice. Okay, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to carry this highway with the train all the way down there because that's just not going to work, right? Works well with the bridge, but it's not going to work well with going down that way. So honestly, I don't know how I'm going to make that work. I'm not exactly sure, because anything I do from this point on is going to be like the roadway is. There's no reason for the roadway from this point on. The roadway was just for the bridge. So yeah, here comes the part that's going to be very, very difficult, right? We can't follow the grid from this point on, the world grid. So now I need to figure out what kind of design am I going to go for as far as supporting the tracks from this point on, and how tall do I want the tracks suspended off the ground and stuff like that. So I'm thinking just a 4 meter wherever it ends up, and then maybe one off the ground like this, or maybe two off the ground, and whatnot. So, and then we're going to use the road tool. Since we're using mods, we're going to use the road tool in order to make that happen. So I want it to kind of face this way. Maybe something like that. And we're going to be going downhill, so I want that. And then maybe I want like a 1 meter ramp on top. So then what we can do is we can take our we're going to take our road tool, which is under transport. There it is. Which is under transport. Now this is something we haven't used in a while. So the road tool I want to use is probably going to be kind of, do I want the I want a foundation, but then I guess it doesn't matter in the end if I lose the mod or not. But I always like to use the foundation one because the foundation spawner allows me to keep the roads. Even if the mod goes away, I can keep the way the foundations are placed. Plus, I can place other things on those foundations, so that gives me a lot of options when it comes to that. So, the other thing I gotta do, I think this is... oh, it auto-saved right as I clicked that. That could have been bad. I think this is 2... Is it 2 meters? Because I want to put this like there. I think that's 2 meter. I can't remember, to be honest. Foundations, 2 meter. So, since we're going to be going off grid here, we're going to try and merge these grids. Or, not merge the grids, but we're going to try and merge the road tool with the grid itself. So that we get a nice clean connection. Well, as close as we can get it anyway. So this is what I like to do, is I'll put down like this, and we want to connect that to over there. Now, obviously I'm not going to do that quite yet, but I do want to make sure. Okay. So then we're going to take our ladder. You know, I might even want a third foundation. A third 4 meter foundation. I don't know. Maybe this is tall enough. We're going to put a ladder on the side of this so I can climb up. Okay. That's going to work. Yeah, this is where this is where things become a problem without any kind of ability of flight. Because I don't have the dealio yet. Whatever you want to call it. Because I can't remember the name of the damn thing. Oh, you know, that might be an issue as well. Because we're... Let's see what it does with a normal road. So the foundations are... They're 1 by 4... No, 8/16, I think. Yeah, they're 1 by 16. So I'm going to test this with a normal road. I'm actually kind of curious how this is going to work out, because we're only connecting to the grid, but we're not connecting to anything else. So I'm going to do some tests here. So I'm using the normal road tool, something I can just easily get rid of if it doesn't work out. That's why I'm using just the normal road tool. So this is what the normal road tool basically would do. So I'm curious. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought might happen. So that's that's an issue. That is an issue, a pretty big one. So, yeah. What would be nice is if also if this the foundation spawner was more than just 2 foundations wide. If I could do like say 4 or 6 foundations wide, like as wide as some of the other roads and stuff, that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, unfortunately, this is not going to work like that. So we have to be a little bit more clever with our things here. So you're probably wondering what I'm doing at this point, but you'll see here in a second. Okay, so foundation. Now these are going to get deleted. I might even do like this road here. But yeah, we're going to be very, very clever here. So yeah, we got our normal road bit here. Because these work exactly like the train, the railway. So what we can clearly do, or what we can do is we can do the, oh, that's bright foundation. We want this one. So first we're gonna test it. This should work, but I want to test it first because the reason I'm testing is because there's a thing with the foundation one. The foundations placed are just like normal foundations, unfortunately. Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that is not going to work. I mean, it will work with this, but it's not going to work with anything else. So I do like this highway, though. I'm wondering if we just say to hell with it, and this one we don't use foundations. We use like the road tool. So 16 plus 16, that's 32. And 32 plus 16 is 48. So we use the 48 tool to connect to this. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to move that. I still want it at that grid, but it needs to be over to the right quite a bit. So, was it Control and X? No, Shift. Control and Shift? No, what was it? X, Z. X and Z. No, it's Shift and Z. Shift and Z. There we go. I don't know why, but I completely forgot the controls. But yeah, we're going to be moving this over. We're going to see how that fares on that side. So do we have a road that's 48? We have 32 and we have 64. With sidewalk paintable. We don't really need a paintable. So unfortunately there's 32 and then there's not. There's 32 and then there's 64, so it goes 16, 32, 64. There's no 48. So we're kind of screwed on that front, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't want a sidewalk. But this one has a sidewalk, so... Oh yeah, look how wide that sucker is. Sheesh. Wait, maybe the sidewalk's a good thing? Let's see. So I need it like there. Oh, this is paintable. No, the sidewalk's not a good thing. That's a very big road, though. And see, I can just easily boop, because it wasn't where I wanted it. So we're just going to use the normal road tool. We'll pull this down that way. I want to see how this looks first. Okay, is that going to work? Yeah, that's much better. That's the way we want to go. So, I think we need to. It needs to be over on the edge, specifically, so we can avoid. Because the way this wants to go is actually that might still work if we can get that to snap together. Okay. Yeah, I think that might be the best way. So this one actually is pretty good. It does need to be centered, but yeah, we're going to be using the road tool to bring that down to this level, which is pretty good. So now we're going to use the foundation spawner, because we know, you hear that snap? It's just like the train tracks. Okay, no, not quite. Because we definitely want this to be where we want it. And we want the center to always be on the center of the foundation, because then we can... Uh-oh. I've spawned it on myself. Let's move out of the way. So this is what the foundation spawner does. As you can clearly see, this is all foundation. Now, it says foundation 1 meter, but it's not actually a foundation yet. Oh, and I forgot that the foundation spawner is like half a meter up as well. So that's a bit of an issue. Oh, I completely forgot that was the case there. Actually, that might not be such a bad thing. We can probably figure it out. There's like multiple foundations in this. I think, yeah, I think we go with the normal road, road tool road. That might be the best way. I like the foundation ones, but I think for the sake of this, we might just do that. Now that's the normal road there. Now if you leave that there, it will not be a good thing. This one has a barrier on each side of it. It says 32, but it's not. I think it's further than that. And it's a 32 by 2 meter barrier paintable. Let's try this one. See what it looks like. Oh, it's got the barriers. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I don't like how it's paintable though. Like, what's this paintable? But what is that? What does that specifically mean? curious. Okay. So then if I paint it like this, it'll be like that. If I paint it... Yeah, that's not too bad. I like the barrier, but I do not like that. Oh, it says 32. Okay, interesting. So we can easily use this. Whoa, what the? Hold on, what? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought I saw something weird, and okay, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at. Wish it'd be awesome if this road was bigger to match my bridge. Now I can easily use that, but I can't use it as a road. Like I can't use that as a driving road. So we're just going to use probably... Is there one with barriers for just the train? Like if I use road tool. Yeah, the only bad, like I said, the only bad thing about the road tool is if I ever lose the mod, I lose the road itself. So maybe we just use that. The road tool only for the train to follow. Because I'd like a nice thick barrier for that. Transport, that's where they are. So is there a 16 with a barrier? 16 road, no line. Paintable. Paintable, no line. There's 32, no line, 32. 32, 32, 64. 16 bright, what does that mean? Oh, it's like a light. Oh, interesting. It's like all lit up and such. That's pretty cool. That'd be awesome if they had a barrier one, but the only barrier is the 32, and that's it. That's so it's unfortunate, is there's not the limit. The options are very limited in what I can have here. So we could do the 32 barrier. But then just look how wide it is as well. So I'm wondering why they didn't add like why didn't they add like a 32 or like a 16 with the barrier? As it's kind of interesting why they didn't do that. So there's paintable with a line. I wonder, I'm curious about something. Can I go like architecture? Can I snap stuff to this? I'm curious. Oh yeah, I can. So I can add my own like barrier if I wanted. I mean, it'll be a bit funky because as you can see, they're kind of it's kind of staying level, which is unfortunate. I don't know, should I use the paintable ones? Because then I can paint the lines? Oh, that's curious. Is it like... Yeah, the lines are slightly different between those. I don't know if I want the line or not. I'm like really curious about that. Maybe I want the line. See, and then that's even more curious because you can see like it's got a dotted line in the middle, but that doesn't ever show up. So, yeah, very curious about that as well. I think we'll just use the road tool. But what I'd like to see in the future with this type of mod is being able to change the material, if possible. Like being able to change this to like asphalt or coated concrete, and it's just like a base. And now the paintable ones, I don't think the paintable ones are like that. Like you can paint them. That's it. You can't change the material on them. Now, if you can change the material on them, I'll be thoroughly impressed. Um, yeah, no, you cannot. At all. Nope, none of them do. So then the only option would be black and then caution yellow. The other way. The other way around. Um, Black. Yeah, I guess the paint of, well, actually, can I? I'm very curious about other things as well. Can I grab this, right? And then run 2 roads, I was thinking. This looks like, it does have an asphalt texture to it, so I'm okay with that. I'm wondering if I should use the paintable, or should I just use the normal? Because the normal ones... I like how they follow the same rules as the terrain. Wait, the normal ones look like this. No texture. Okay, so the paintable ones do have a texture at least. I can't. Well, I can paint them, but it doesn't do anything. So the material, no, I can't apply material to it. Yeah, I do like these better. I think this looks really nice. See, I'm gonna get rid of this. Just pull this along. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with this. Then obviously we're gonna have a foundation. We're gonna grab a 4 meter. Like I said, this is not gonna be on grid, so we're going to be. So I'm probably gonna put it like there. What I do, like yeah, like that. And then, oh, it's very, oh, wow, that's cool. He does have a shiny version when it rains. That's pretty good. Okay, so we definitely want it over to the left. So I'll try again. This is going to be a lot of trial and error. I think I just needed to rotate it. So we don't want to hit that rock, but I also don't want to curve too much. Yeah, it doesn't, kind of straightens out here and then it goes right next to that rock. Okay, so now that we're over here, see, I think that's what I'm going to do as well. We're going to make it and then we're going to grab it. And we're going to pull it right to the center. And then that will tell us, okay, that's much better. So yeah, we're just going to be wary of that. Which is pretty cool. I like the road tool because it allows me to have like a base for my trains. Now, the other curious thing I'm going to use with my tracks here. Oh, okay, that's bad. That's real bad. The reason it's bad is because I'm not going to be able to tell. Also, it's going to try and snap. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to tell the distance of this. So, like, basically what's going to happen is it's going to try and snap to the road as well. I wonder if I pull this a little bit past. Yeah, I don't know how far I need to go from the thing. And there's no way to really measure that. So since it can snap to tracks, that's a little bit of an issue as well. So as I pull this along, now the cool thing is that it looks like it will follow it pretty much to a T. Is there a way to not have that not snap? Wish I could have that like not snap. Space. No, space is jump, obviously. Control, Shift, Alt. No, none of those. It's like, I wish it wouldn't snap, because then I could get it a little bit better. How far away? So if I have this straight. So it's pretty close to the edge. I guess I'll just have to guess, huh? Like that. I guess that, yeah, that's the other problem as well, is I won't be able to put these in the same spot. So I'm not gonna know how far, because they don't snap to this. Now with the foundations they would. What I've done in the past is I built the roadway kind of parallel with the foundations and then built it that way. Maybe the road tool's not the tool to use, huh? Maybe the road tool's kind of not going to work. I thought I could use the road tool to make this work, but I'm still going to keep the foundations where they are. But I think the train just doing this is probably the best way. Yeah, I think this is just the best way of doing it. Because then I can keep equidistance on the rail here. Come on, snap. It just refuses to snap there, doesn't it? The other issue with this, though, as well, is I've run into this before trying to do a dual rail system and trying to keep them separate like this. It's just a really big issue. Maybe use it in conjunction with the road tool? I don't know, it was looking pretty good. Yeah, we want the paintable one as well. No line, paintable line. Oh, yeah, we kind of screwed that over, didn't we? Yeah, one of the hardest things is to do a dual rail setup going off-grid. That's one of the bad things, but it looks more natural when it's off-grid. Just doing equidistance is one of the hardest things because of the difference in corners and stuff like that. The tracks can end up being closer or further away. We'll just try. We'll try it like this for right this moment, and we'll see how things are getting along here. Now you know we want this one right here. wish I could snap to that. For some reason I can't. Until I get way up here. That's okay. Okay, we're going to try and keep equidistance, but we're going to see how everything goes. Yeah, and I think that's not going to continue to go downhill, so we're going to level out right over there. Do we have a ladder? No, I don't think we need one. Now that we've got that set up, we should be able to do this, so just like that. And we're just going to follow this all the way along. Oh, we're not going to be able to elevate anymore. You know, I think I will kind of level out to here. Get rid of this. We can kind of keep a little bit of... And that's going to be level all the way to that corner. Can I? Yeah, I did. Yep. That's a hell of a drop down. It'll be like a roller coaster. I wanted to elevate them, but then I'm like, you know what? We don't need to. Or we're not going to be able to in certain spots. Okay, so this, as we can clearly see, this is going to be an issue, because curving back around... Because the next spot we want to go is probably about there. You know, it should be fine. So I want it right about here-ish. Yeah, that's about it, right there. Okay, we won't be able to go that far. Alright, we'll move back one then. That's very good. Yep. Okay, so hopefully that should fix that. I kind of want to get rid of this this longer, or this steeper slope. The steeper slope kind of makes things iffy. If we drop this down one, turn it into a 2-meter slope instead, that'll probably be much better. So we drop this down, then we put a 2-meter foundation instead because of our slope here. Oh, now I can't get to it. That's fine. I can't see it from up there. Hopefully I don't think I have enough plates. Yeah, we're going to be running out of plates here real fast. I guess the cool thing is if we do a road tool on one of the sides here, I can't see it up there, we'll be able to pull the roadway down along with our foundation bits here. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep. So I do like a more natural roadway. Now, if there's any kind of railway mods out there that allow you to do like dual rails, or maybe there's one that puts like a base underneath the railway itself, do let me know. That would be amazing. That's much better. Because I would love to do like a railway with with like a base underneath it. That kind of makes it look more natural to being on the ground and stuff like that. Because this railway here does not have a base to it, so you have to have like supports and things. But this railway as well can end up with issues because it doesn't really look like it's supported in any real good way. And that's my main issue with this, with the railway in this game. It's really hard to make things look natural. That's my main complaint there. We'll probably go down here, and then we're going to turn this into a. We'll turn this into a 1 meter slope, probably, because we're going to be going downhill. And this will make the rails kind of naturally kind of stay level for a little bit, and then they'll try and slope. Okay, that's a major issue right there. Will that work? That allow it to slope around? No, that's not going to allow it to slope around. That's another major issue too. Okay, so what I'm going to do here then for that, since that's going to cause that to be an issue, is level or straighten this out. Just like this. How far do we want to go? Probably to here. And then we'll do a 1 meter. I said a 1 meter. Obviously, because we're going to keep the slope going. And then what I'm going to do is progressive trains, that's it. Yep, I'm going to take this up like this, and then we're going to connect it, because then that'll allow that to be a lot more natural. You can see it there's a little bit of waviness in it, but it's pretty darn level there. Yeah, that's much better. That's what needed to happen to follow this here. Oh yeah, it's a little bit wavy, but it's not too bad. If I would have put this down a little bit further, I probably could have gotten a lot better rail out of it. Try that. Get rid of this one for a moment. See, there's a little bit of waviness in it. It's not a bother, but I did want to try and connect it here instead. Oh, okay. Well, that's not an option. Too far. I should be using my my knowledge here. I've done a lot of railways and stuff like that in this game. I don't claim to be amazing at it or anything, but I have done a lot with a lot of railway, and elevating the railways is kind of hard because you need to do heights and stuff like that. It just takes a lot of time. Running them along the ground, in my opinion, is a lot better, but you still want to elevate them up on a little bit of a foundation. So that way you can get this kind of levelness out of it, because the ground itself, the railway does kind of try and it naturally wants to do something that you don't want it to do in a lot of ways. A good example of this is, see how this is sloped up, but the track will tip itself. See here, you can see it trying to tip itself. That can cause issues just right like that. Yeah, that can cause issues. I don't know if it will, but it can. And since we removed this, we're going to remove this now, because we removed this one, that can cause us a little bit of pain as well. So I'm going to replace it again. And that's how you can do that as well. Cut this out. So yeah, it's deviated away from my vision. I was going to have it much more elevated. But then I was just like, it's going to look much better if it's going towards if it's going along the ground rather than so now the other thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this right here. This track needs to be more in line with this rather than going up like that. So we're going to get rid of this, right? We're going to get rid of this. We're going to leave the old track here so that we can reference. But let's see here. Okay, so that is still quite curved. So I'm going to take it from here instead. And kind of do that. Now, as you can see, that is going to be much better. Not quite there. We're going to get rid of that rail there. Plus, I'm also using this this rail here to kind of be a walkway to go in between foundation bits here. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a wiggle because of where I placed it, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this one too. So yeah, that's why I'm facing the foundations with the direction I want to go, because then it'll be a little bit, yeah, that's a lot straighter for the slope. Yeah, that's a lot straighter for that slope, and then I'm going to take this, I'm going to connect it to here and see how it looks. Yeah, that looks much better. See, a little bit of a curve for the slope, but then the slope straightens out and goes downhill rather than over here where it curves for the slope and then starts to go straight, but then it curves back. You don't want left, right, left, right, left, right. That's just not how rails are built. At least not not in the countries that can support this kind of stuff. So yeah, we got to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to build the railway just like we done this one. Going to get rid of that one too. Now, unfortunately, in my season 2, I was unable to do these types of things. So that's why my railways looked really bad in that game, or in that one, in that season, because I just kind of had to do this basically. So I'd come along and I'd do this and go, yeah, that looks good, and then place it, or no, I don't like the way that's looked, let me try again, type of thing. It was really hard to get things the way in any kind of semblance the way I wanted it, because there was just no way. So I did have a lot of left rights, and up downs. Where you have like you'll have a slope, and then you'll have in that slope you had a little bump to where the slope changed pitch, and stuff like that. And it just didn't look good, and there's nothing I could do about it because I couldn't delete. So yeah, this is exactly how I want this rail, and it's going to look really good, I think. So now we'll reconnect this one. So that's how you can do that, is you can build the rail kind of, it's almost like writing out a paper for like your class or whatever. You put the rails down, get it down in the world, and then see how it looks, and then you can readjust later. So since this is what I placed, I was like, okay, I'm going to go along here. I'm going to remove this part of the slope and then start it from there where it's straight and level, or straight with the foundation. And then I'm going to bring it down and see how that looks. And whatnot. So yeah, and that turned out a heck of a lot better. Everything's a lot more straight and stuff like that. So That looks really good. Unfortunately, I think we're out of time. Yeah, we're past it. So yeah, we're going to take this train down here. This looks pretty good. Yeah, ultimately didn't end up using the road tool, but that's okay. Don't want to get going too fast. Oh yeah, and that's going to have some good sights of the void. Now hopefully this train will fit underneath here. I think it will. That's why I stopped elevating, because I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to end up going underneath this, so I do want to get rid of that. Okay. Let's hope I don't fall to my death. Alright, good. We are not doing too well with that. But anyway, like I said, that's going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory, so I love the rain as well, and we got the perfect music for it, but unfortunately we have to end the episode. So I do hope you enjoyed, and until next time, where we continue this rail, I guess it's a goodbye.